Welcome to another edition of Interviews with Dead People. Now, we've had several dead people that came here and just didn't want to talk. We had one that came as a dead person, like in a coffin. So that's no good. Anyway, tonight we have a very special guest, somebody I've wanted to talk to since I ever heard her name. Marie Antoinette, the last queen of France before their revolution and all that. Marie, welcome. What made you decide to come on my show? You got bored? And you want to start rewriting your history so that you don't look like such a cunt. Well, you're certainly starting off well. So, let me translate what you just said, because you threw a lot of words in there that weren't even French. So let's just start off by me asking you questions, and then that way, when you respond, I can repeat them to them, repeat it to the audience, and then we'll just go like that. First off, I was surprised at two things. One, you're very pretty, and two, you brought your head, and it's actually on your shoulders. I wasn't sure. You could have brought it in a box. I don't know how this works from, the afterlife, but you didn't think that was very funny. Well, the part about your head? Well, it was supposed to be. After all, this is a more of a comedy venue than a real go-get-em kind of reporting show. But I'll try to do better, and I'll quit making wisecracks. So, how did you hear about me? I mean, am I popular in the netherworld? Is this a popular blog? You never heard nothing. There was a sign posted at the graveyard. Well, that's interesting. It was signed by Johnny Carson. Johnny, did you hear that? Johnny's in the bathroom. He won't come out. In fact, he was the first one, a dead person that I was ever talking to. He keeps it clean in there and opens the window and talks to the birds, but he won't come out. So, but he stays in there. Why did you agree to come on the show? And like you said, you were on top. You were Queen of France. But they thought you were a lousy fascist, and they decided to cut your head off. They didn't cut the heads off everybody. I mean, I think there was a priority that they cut yours and your kings and probably all your dukes and most of your servants, and then they, ransacked your jewelry and yeah. So you were just getting the hang of being queen, and you think you were going to be a good queen, and then a revolution comes along, and you didn't get a chance to test your skills. Yeah, that's a good revision. You Did you try to negotiate with them? You did. You said that you would take an allowance, still be their queen, promise not to marry anybody named Henry or Louis ever again. Well, those seem like pretty reasonable requests. They don't like it. Did they make a counteroffer? They just cut your head off. So you're a member of the Habsburg lineage, the one who's still actually running much of Europe today. Do you ever visit any of them, like Tony Habsburg or Melissa Habsburg? No, I just made those names up. I don't know if there's a Tony or Elizabeth or a Melissa or anything like that. I'm pretty sure there's no Louis or Henry. Henry Habsburg. That's a ridiculous name. And maybe it's my ignorance, but you don't speak German? I thought there was some kind of universal translator in the afterlife where you guys are. You know, where everybody can talk to everybody. There's not a lot of talking? Okay, a famous quote is attributed to you. It's ask about. So I got to ask you, because Nadia asked me, because she's from Romania. Yeah, I know the Habsburgs didn't like the Romanians or whoever the hell they were. She asked about how you said to the starving masses they can eat cake. Did you actually say that? You did. Well, we should revise that, because that makes you sound like it. That does make you sound like a bitch. So Ben Franklin started that? Oh, Ben. He was known for saying all kinds of stuff. I hope to get him on here and interview him one time. But it's not up to me. He also had a lot of mom jokes, but that's just another story. What's a mom joke? Well, that's like the Romanians would say. When you got while you were getting your head cut off, they'd say, well, go tell your mom that, or whatever, Oh. So what's the major difference with you now as compared to when you were a queen? Your clothes never give you a wedgie. And they did in good old France, the tailors. The tailors didn't know what they were doing. And when you got a wedgie, you got swamp ass. You got an inflamed butthole because it wasn't clean. Was that because you didn't take a bath every day? Because that's what we hear. You didn't know about cleanliness? Well, yeah, I mean, now we know, if your butthole's burning, you wash it off. In fact, duvets do that. Yeah, that was a damn good invention. And I assume at least by the name, you would think it was invented in France. Maybe you invented it? Is that part of the revisionist? It is. Well, I think that's a good. I think that's another good step. Let's see. You got your pretty. You did try to help the people of France. You would do better next time. You invented a duvet. Yeah, that's four things that could get you revised right up there. Maybe they'll even make a holiday after you. Well, Marie, I've never really thought about it, but time's up. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Come visit anytime. You don't think you will. Okay, that's probably fair. I'm not sure I'd want to listen to this shit either. So, well, let me help you with your robe. And is that a hat box? Okay. Well, Marie left the building. I wonder what Nadia thinks of this. Nadia is the first person that ever talked to me, and she's never visited. And I'd really like I said, I'd really like to do that. But I'm sure she would have an opinion, because she doesn't like the Habsburgs, and she doesn't like fascists, and all that. So, and so say goodbye to Johnny. Next time, Johnny, and just keep it down while I'm trying to do these podcasts. Okay.